morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Please join me for the opening prayer. The energy of love is within us and is us. Whole and complete is the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. We will this be done within and without. May we come to recognize that we receive all that we give. We know that we have forgiven ourselves when we forgive others of all grievances held within our minds. May we not be led into the temptation by the voice of separation, but instead may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, love, and peace of Christ consciousness found within each of us, who is but the perfect extension of the one mind and heart that is shared by all, and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. Our affirmation of faith. We believe in one God, the author and energy of all life, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. 1. There is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love, at all times active in everyone, everywhere. 2. We are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3. We create our experiences by what we choose to think, believe, thereby establishing our responsibility for our own choices. 4. Through opening our heart center, we connect with the energy of love and bring out the Christ within us. 5. We express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate Christ consciousness in all our affairs.
Well, good morning, y'all. Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to talk about the journey called the Dark Night of the Soul. The Dark Night of the Soul is a phase of the spiritual journey, is known as the Dark Night because the destination to God is unknowable. The Dark Night of the Soul represents more than just enduring difficulties and trials in life. It is the process of purging ourselves of distractions. This period of searching has both a physical and a spiritual component. In it, we will work with releasing habits, addictions, and fears that keep us from knowing our true self in union with the Creator of the universe. It helps us drop the magical understanding of God and the fearful understanding of God and let us come into true spiritual relationship. As we know too, true spiritual relationship with God and each other, because God is only found in relationship. The Dark Night of the Soul is a period of utter spiritual desolation, disconnection, and emptiness. In it, one feels totally separated from the divine. I realize I'm talking to a room full of people who are going, yeah, I've been there, done that, wrote the book. Well, lots of luck, because life, as long as the journey is, you might hit it a few more times on the road. And you know, we all go either kicking and peacefully or kicking and screaming. So when you notice the signs, kind of go, am I doing this kicking and screaming, or am I going to go peacefully? But anyway, some people experience the energies of feeling completely lost, hopeless, and consumed with melancholy. But it's the death of the ego, the complete loss of your subjective self-identity. Those ideas and feelings of being a separate person from ourselves, from God, and from others. Through the dark night, our goal is to unite our heart and soul, but it manifests in our body and physical life and in our emotions through relations and attitudes. For those of us who choose to do it the hard way, Michael Murdad describes 5 stages of walking through the dark night: dismantling your life, emptiness, disorientation, rebuilding, and then your new life. Dismantling generally happens in the physical and material life. When your life begins to fall apart, you will either be a participant or get dragged along. Either way, it begins with a feeling of stagnation, of knowing that there must be more to life. An addict will hit bottom. Those points of pride, whether they're beauty, money, or relationships, will begin to go south. You recognize that some things in your life have no value and have not been for your best interest. In this phase, your friends will walk away, and you will cut ties with those who you recognize are not good for your highest self. This will teach you unconditional love. A good prayer for this phase is, Spirit, it appears and feels as though my life is falling apart. Show me how you would have me see and experience this situation. Let me see it through your eyes and feel it through your heart. Emptiness is the phase where you clear your emotions. You begin to feel as though you've nothing, have nothing, and feel as though you've been deceived, either by yourself or others. In this period of the dark night, embrace this truth. A dark part of you and your past is passing away, but you can never die. Whatever you're feeling, whenever you feel emptiness, use this exercise. Acknowledge your emotion or feeling. Then remember that you have felt this way before, and in that moment recall what it was. What made me feel this way before? Whatever arises is probably the event that you never completely healed, and it's the crisis for your current upheaval. Surrender is the old wound to and the current crisis of your spirit. Then call a new feeling into your heart. Take a deep breath and repeat the feeling you wish to have it replace. Call in love, peace, joy. Close your eyes and remember something that made you so happy that there weren't even words to describe it. Spirit, although I feel afraid and long to have this experience taken from me, instead I ask that you be with me while I go through this. In so doing, I know that together we will transform this experience and all beliefs that brought it about. In the next phase, disorientation messes with your mind and your intellect. You begin to doubt yourself, your ability to do anything right or to make good decisions. It is where you learn to surrender your pride. You'll let go of your fear-based beliefs and begin to express truly unconditional love. Learn to be okay with not knowing or understanding everything that's going on in your life. That's probably one of those places of resistance where we stop because we don't understand. We just stop and try to make sense of it all, when really we could just turn it over to God and say, I don't have time to make sense. I've got better things to do. Move on. Learn to be okay with not knowing or understanding. If fears and doubts get the best of you, you will simply be given an opportunity at a later date to try again. I recognize that I am feeling disoriented. I know this because something is arising that is causing me to be panicked and disoriented. Let me get past the surface and surrender whatever it is to you, and also have it replaced by your holy presence. God lead me and always knows the way. The way is currently obscured to you, and at this time you may not understand what is happening, but I know, you know, that hidden behind the veil of illusion lies the true life and the true self. And so now surrender to this reality, God's reality. Then rebuilding. This is the stage that you deal with your heart, soul, and intuitive creativity. When you surrender, you will begin to see all the possibilities that exist within you. Everything in life that you see, touch, feel, kind of think about becomes pure potential for anything that you desire to choose. Your life changes on the physical level, it changes on the emotional level, and your intellectual and intuitive and spiritual levels will change as well. You begin to dream your life into being. And then remember the lessons of the dark night. Remember, there are the 4 keys to the kingdom: desire, intend, surrender, and allow. So if you're being torn apart between the feeling of immense love and deep pain and despair, just know that you are one step closer to awakening, to being the truth of who you are in Christ consciousness. And if you are waiting for a still small voice to whisper in your ear. It already is. Just look at the details of your life, especially the ones that you wish would go away. Begin to know this period as a joyful one, being guided of God, in which the only light in the dark night is that which burns within your soul. And one of the things that I think that we need to remember is that we think we're going to get through this dark night and everything's going to be roses. But Mother Teresa has said to have walked through with her thorn in the side, as Paul says, for 40-some years and was not even able to surrender until shortly before her death. So we can look at life, and as Paul said, he asked God to take his thorn away. I don't think I've read this paragraph, and it's the best one in the whole thing, so I'm sorry. And if I did, I'm going to read it again because it's so good. In 2 Corinthians verse 12, Paul makes us aware that we need not think that everything will become roses and daisies, because it's a lifetime journey. And Paul said, I was given a thorn in my flesh. 3 times I pleaded with God to take it away from me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then Christ is made strong. So let's take a minute and meditate. I want you to breathe in, I am, and breathe out, a child of Christ consciousness. I am a child of the source. In this moment, start to think of those things that currently are rubbing you the wrong way, those things that you're trying to figure out, and those people who are annoying you. And start to reflect on that. And then speak with Spirit and ask Spirit to show you what you need to see, or to take it from you and to show you a better way. And now I'm going to ask you to go ahead and keep those things in your mind. And let's go ahead and move into the after talk and use this as our starting point. I'm sorry, I forgot the prayer of
Production.
oh yeah, let's do the offertory prayer. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We give and receive in love. And apologies for this morning. I hope all of you will hold Eddie in your highest thoughts and prayers. He's a little under the weather today. And so we're not going to live stream the after talk. We're going to go ahead and say thank you for being here. And if you want to see anything else about us, check us at ulchurchofchristconsciousness.org.